without any doubt, the greatest bodybuilding show on earth.
You don't want to miss this.
Best show in the world.
Well, I'm very excited.
Best Arnold weekend ever.
To your winner, Derek Lunsford.
Let's go.
Hey guys, Ivan here, and in today's video we got a couple of really interesting bodybuilding updates. Now in this video we don't have any physique updates, so if you're here to see some oiled up bodybuilders in tongs, I'm sorry, you can turn off the video. This one is more about the updates of what bodybuilders are doing, but I'll throw in a couple of photos for you guys as well. So the first thing we got is Nick Walker talking about his next show, kind of, addressing the rumors. And the rumor right now is that he's going to be skipping the Mr. Olympia this year. That he wants to focus on the business side of things and not do bodybuilding shows, at least this year. Guy Sternino kind of made it sound like he's going to take a longer break because he competed multiple times in the last 7 months. He was in the prep for 7 months, and now Nick wants to take a break, which is true. Nick did say that as well himself. But in my opinion, that just meant a short break, not doing the Detroit, not doing the Arnold Classic UK, and possibly not even doing the New York and the Pittsburgh, which I doubt as well. But in this video, he kind of addresses this, so let me show you what Nick has to say.
That's why now I'm stemming into more business side of things, to put myself out there more without having to rely on the stage so much. That's, again, I'm not saying that because, I don't know. I'm not saying that because I don't want people to think, oh, he's not competing this year. I don't know what my plan is for all those that want to keep asking.
All right, so as you just heard, he is focusing on the business this year, but his plan is to compete. He still has plans to compete. He is saying that he doesn't want to take time off of competing. He has plans. He just doesn't want to reveal the plans to us. And that's perfectly fine. I kind of called Nick out for lying to us, for saying that he doesn't have a coach, but I was a guest on Baidis, a podcast, the Fit Nation podcast with him and Joe Palacios, and what Baidis said made a lot of sense, to be honest. He said that basically Nick didn't announce that he's working with Guy because he didn't want any drama. If somebody new is coaching Nick, that's a huge story. That's gonna cause a lot of attention towards that guy, towards Nick, and he kind of wanted to stay silent this entire prep. And I'm sure he had an agreement with Guy to say that he was only helping him as a friend, but we all know the details of the whole thing now. But I'm guessing that's why Nick wanted to hide this, to keep it private. And he's allowed to do that. We don't need to know who is prepping him, who he's working with. He hired a coach first, Cameron Cheek. It didn't work out. He fired him. Then he started working with Guy. And that's it. It's his life. It's his coaches, his money. I don't know if he's paying these guys, but still, he doesn't have to share everything with us. And the same thing goes about his plans for the next show. All he said is that he wants to take a break because he was prepping for very long. And also now he's saying that he wants to focus on business side of things. But he never said that he's going to skip the Mr. Olympia. He did say that he's not qualified for the Mr. Olympia, but that does not mean he's skipping the whole show. And guys, there is no chance Nick is skipping another Mr. Olympia. This guy's sole life goal is to win the damn Mr. Olympia, to become the best bodybuilder in the world. And he had to miss it twice. Once because he had an injury, right? He tore his hamstring and his calf. And then also later, Matt Jansen didn't manage to get him in shape, or his gear was fake, as Matt said. So he had to pull out of Mr. Olympia twice. And how long is a bodybuilder's career? Like sometimes 5 years, sometimes 10 years. In very, very rare cases like Dexter Jackson or Brandon Curry, it lasts longer, like 20 years, 15 years. But usually it's around 10 years. And Nick turned pro in 2020, so 6 freaking years ago. He probably has a couple more years, 5 years tops. So is he going to skip another Mr. Olympia? Why? Because he wants to rest his body a little bit more? I don't see that. I don't believe that for a second. And here he kind of basically confirmed that. He has a plan for his next show. He didn't reveal it, but he has it. So hopefully we'll find out soon enough which show it's going to be. My guess is still that it's going to be Pittsburgh and New York, but maybe it's going to be something like Tampa or Texas later in the year. We'll see. However, he's not taking that big, that long of a break. That's not happening. All right, now the next thing is about the classic guys who are competing at the Arnold Classic UK. Finally, guys, hopefully, we'll actually see Mike Sommerfeld versus Wesley Vissers. We did see this before. For example, this photo right here when they were younger. Like this looked very, very interesting. This was back in 2016, and here I would say that Mike was definitely better. Neither of the guys were in shape at this time, but I would say Mike was just more complete, better. And as you can see, they were both competing in bodybuilding as juniors. They competed at the Arnold Classic Europe. So yeah, at this point, Mike was bigger and better as a bodybuilder, but as a classic physique guy, I'm not sure who would win this today. So we'll see that in a couple of days, hopefully, and it actually seems like it's gonna happen. Now, what we got in this video is those two guys kind of addressing these things. For example, Wesley first talks about what his weight actually is and what his height is right now. Check this out, it's very interesting.
So weight-wise, where are you weight-wise compared to?
I was now measured at 6'3", a little above 6'3", so my weight limit went up 6 pounds more.
Oh, okay.
I used to weigh around 245, and now I'm at least on the show day 255.
Okay.
So at least a good 10 pounds.
Yeah.
Different. I'm allowed to weigh 256 or something on the weigh-in.
Yeah.
But I weigh a lot less during the weigh-in anyway.
Okay.
So usually I weigh around 250 around the weigh-in, so there's still more room to grow, luckily.
All right, so apparently Wesley grew in height. He was measured taller this time around than the last time he was measured. And over here, we're all kind of criticizing Mike for working on this, for trying to be measured at a taller weight when you can't grow taller at that age. But you can be measured taller for whatever reason. Like, I don't think Wesley grew in height, but maybe they measured him shorter before. Maybe the last time they measured him, he was too dehydrated and, you know, his spine compressed a little and he was shorter. Or, for example, the cushions below your heels can dehydrate. And if you compete, you guys know what it feels like to stand on something, on a hard surface when you are that shredded. I mean, it's very painful. Or to sit on something that's very hard as well if you have no body fat on your glutes. So this is the same situation. If he lost some fat or some water underneath his heels, then maybe that's why he was measured shorter. And the same thing could have happened with Mike. And Mike wanted to be measured taller. He failed at that. He didn't manage to do that. But Wesley did it. I don't know if he tried very hard, but he was measured at over 6'3", which means his weight cap before was 245, and now he can be 256, guys. 256. That's an open bodybuilder. That's an open bodybuilding physique, man. That's huge. And yeah, in my opinion, he didn't deserve to win the Detroit Pro, but some people actually have him winning this show. For example, Jose Raymond, and also Milos Sarcev and Dennis James. But honestly, I was confused when Jose said this about the front relaxed, because I don't see Mofuda losing to West in the front relaxed. Check this out.
I don't think it's close, even in this pose. The level of deep separation that Wesley has and in the tight waist, even though his legs are a little smaller, it's just he's put together perfect.
Okay, so you would have a guts to give this to Wesley.
Absolutely.
Even though
I won't judge this pose. I'll wait till he hit that front double.
I feel like they just wanted to make sure that they actually say that Wesley deserved to win the overall, but, you know, giving him the front relaxed, no chance. The other pose, like the back pose and some other poses, I can see that, kind of. I don't know. I can kind of see it. I don't agree with it, but I can see some points. But the front relaxed with the small legs Wesley has, Not a chance, not a chance. But still, at a weight of 250, he competes at around 250, but he can be actually 255, 256. So he can definitely grow more muscle, which he's probably going to do for the Mr. Olympia. That means that Wesley can be much, much bigger, and he already was significantly larger at the Arnold Classic compared to his last showing. And that's something Mike wants really badly. He didn't get it, Wesley got it, and that's why he looked so big. And that's why the next show is going to be very interesting, because Mike is going to be smaller than what we're used to, right? He won't be able to be at his best, at his biggest, but Wesley is going to be huge. Now, we got something very, very interesting as well about Mike Sommerfeld, and it seems like Mike Sommerfeld is a changed man, a new person. Let me show you what new Mike looks like and sounds like. Take a listen.
We learned a lot, and we are more than happy to represent something special on stage. So we put everything in we had, and we'll see who's going to win the show. But what I can say for now, for a fact, that whoever wins the show, we're going to have a great champion. Could be Wes, could be Andrea, could be me, doesn't matter. I'm really happy for the guy who looks the best and wins the show. That's what it's about.
All right, Mike is a changed man. Did you see that smile and how nice he is? He says anybody can win this. Wesley can win this. Andrea Mamoli can win this. Even I can win this. Do you guys see how nice he became? Well, actually, in the comments, some people are buying this, believe it or not. So somebody here says, Mike is a good dude, man. If he's on, he wins. Another guy says, you can't hate on Mike. Always good spirits. And then another guy just finally makes sense and says, it's like you can see through his fake smile. And the next guy says, God, who cares? Make the weight and compete. And yeah, I get both arguments and I agree with both of them, but especially the first one, you can definitely see through the fake smile. It's completely fake. Mike does not feel like this. He believes, I'm sure, very firmly that he is going to win, that he has to win. This is just an act, but he's doing a good job with that. You know, Martin doesn't know how to do this. So at this point, even though Martin is behaving very childish, at least Martin is being honest. And I can find a way to actually respect that and to like it at some level. You know, his behavior is definitely not good, but that's him. That's him. You can hate him, and most of you do, and I get that, but at least he's not being fake. And Mike most certainly is right here, but again, he's doing the right thing. Does he need to be honest online? Does he need to truly show his real personality? Who says he needs to? It's definitely a good thing if you have a good personality, but if you don't, better hide it and show what is presentable for the public. At this point, nobody is going to believe it, but he can at least try, maybe get some people on his side. But you guys tell me, what do you think about the new Mike? The new Mike that we got right now in 2026, a couple of days actually before the Arnold UK. And also, who do you think is going to win this? Mike Sommerfeld or Wesley Vissers? Whatever you guys think, tell me down below in the comments. Like this video if you enjoyed it, guys. Subscribe to the channel, guys. Do not forget to do that. See you soon. All the best and bye-bye.